It's been so long since I've filmed. What do I do with my hands? Hi everyone, I'm Luna. Welcome to Lunarium. I want to start by saying, wow, I cannot believe that since I've been gone, I've passed 1,000 subscribers. You have no idea how much this means to me. And I just want to say to anyone who's subscribed, thank you so, so much. If you're new here, maybe consider subscribing. No, I'm just getting greedy. But if you are new here, you may not know that I haven't posted in almost a month. And I wanted to be really open about the reason. I started this channel to bring more visibility to mental illness in the hopes of combating stigma. And I think it's really important that I'm open about what I've been dealing with. Throughout most of November, I was really struggling with suicidal ideation. And on the 2nd, a day after I posted a video about not self-harming, I relapsed in self-harm, and I was struggling so much with suicidal ideation that I thought I needed to be hospitalized. So I reached out to a local hospital and asked to be assessed whether I should be admitted inpatient or not. And I was admitted that night. This is not the first time that I've been hospitalized for suicidal ideation. I've been hospitalized, I don't actually remember how many times, but it's at least a dozen. At least 5 hospitals in 3 different states. This is the best hospital in my area, and the quality of the hospital can significantly impact your experience. So I'm really grateful that the best place in my area had a bed available. Being admitted to the hospital can be a really scary experience. Since I've been admitted so many times, it's kind of standard for me now, but I still kind of am shell-shocked the first 2 days that I'm there. I spend a lot of time sleeping, and I can't really think, or, I hear it in my voice when I talk to people that I sound like there's no one home. And it always takes me a few days to settle in, and then I'll start, slowly, it's like I come back to myself. And I think it's even worse if you haven't been hospitalized very much. I think most people, when they think psychiatric hospital, they picture Nurse Ratched or something like that. And the psychiatric industry has come a long way since One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest was made. There's been a lot of progress in laws relating to how psychiatric patients can be treated. That being said, our system is still pretty flawed. That being said, I don't want anyone to think that being hospitalized is something that they should be afraid of. Hospitals are there to help you, and there are times when being hospitalized can save someone's life. For anyone who doesn't know, normally people are admitted to hospitals for being a threat to themselves or others. You can either be admitted voluntarily, like I was, or you can be admitted involuntarily. Technically, even though I asked to be admitted, I was there involuntarily because the doctor decided that I was so much of a threat to myself that they needed to put me on a psychiatric hold so that I couldn't check myself out of the hospital, which is pretty standard procedure when you're dealing with someone who's experiencing suicidal ideation. Hospitals mainly exist for stabilization. So for someone like me who was experiencing suicidal ideation, that means getting you to a place where you're no longer feeling suicidal. Some people who go in are having a moment of psychosis, or are going through extreme mania, or some people are struggling with withdrawal from substances. There's a whole lot of reasons why people can be in the hospital, but no matter what, the point is to try to medicate you and get you into a place where you can rejoin society. Psychiatric hospitals are intended for short-term stays. There are several main benefits to being admitted to a psychiatric hospital. One is you're kept safe because what you have access to and where you can go is obviously limited. And that's true also, like if someone is coming off of substances, they're prevented from relapsing. If someone's struggling with desires to hurt other people, they're prevented from doing so. You get the idea. One of the biggest advantages to being hospitalized is the fact that you see a psychiatrist almost every day. So you're able to get medicated very quickly. Whereas in the outside world, you probably can see a psychiatrist at most once a week. This is such a huge benefit because the psychiatrist can put you on meds very quickly and then adjust them if problems come up. Many psychiatric meds everything has to be done really gradually. You start it, and then you have to be on it for several days before you can titrate the dose up. And then if it's not working, you have to slowly come down off it. So it's this whole long process that, in the outside world, that means it can take months for you to adjust your dose. But in the hospital, since you're seeing a psychiatrist at least 6 out of 7 days of the week, you're able to adjust things so much more quickly. It really can expedite getting better. I've been on a lot of psychiatric medications, and I've been deemed medication resistant because very few psychiatric meds have ever worked for me. Being inpatient, as unpleasant as it can be, is sometimes the only way that I can see a psychiatrist frequently enough that I can experience a change from medication because it's able to happen quickly as opposed to over several months. To be honest, I kind of have a pattern when I go to the hospital. Normally what happens is I'm struggling a lot with wanting to live, and I go in and the hospital feels like a relief. I don't have to take care of myself. They feed you. They tell you when to wake up. They tell you what to do all day long. And it's a break. You have limited contact with other people. And I'm always so ashamed when I get to the point or I'm doing badly enough that I need to be hospitalized. So, at first it feels like such a relief. There are a couple of phones that you can use for free, but they have to be shared with everyone in the hospital. So you can only talk to people for a limited amount of time every day. Also, there's a psychiatrist you're seeing and a social worker who's there to help you set up services once you leave. There's a lot of support and like a lot of limitations, which normally when I go in, I'm so overwhelmed with everything that feels like such a relief. And then, I'm there for a little while and I start doing better. And eventually I hit a point where I'm like, this is terrible. Everyone's telling me what to do. I can't do whatever I want. I know myself better than all of these people. Why can't I just... I'm an adult, for God's sakes. Like, I just want my computer and my cat, and it starts feeling horrible. And then, like that, it's like being in the hospital becomes incentive to be alive because it puts things in perspective for me, where it's like, wow, like the outside world that I was struggling so much with sounds so wonderful from in here. This time I didn't get to that place because the doctor actually discharged me before I thought I was ready. Like, he didn't talk to me about it. I just had a call from my dad the night before saying they said I'm supposed to pick you up at 11. Which I didn't really care for, but I am still really glad that I went because I do think that the meds and just that whole time really has helped me start to feel better. I don't want to say that I'm all better now because I'm not. I'm still struggling, and I mean, honestly, with my mental illness, I kind of feel like I'm always struggling to a certain extent. But, I do feel like I'm particularly struggling right now. But I am feeling better and like I can handle a lot more. And I'm really relieved that for once I feel like I'm on a medication that's actually helping me to change my, emotional status quo from like way down here to more closer to like where most people sit. I also think I should be honest about the fact that there have been some pretty significant negative effects from being hospitalized as well. My therapist said that she doesn't feel comfortable seeing me anymore, that I need more care than, once a week talk therapy can provide. So now I am without a therapist, and I could really use a therapist. So that definitely sucks. Some people in my life definitely pull away every time that I'm hospitalized. And I know that there's a lot of trauma there and that, it's not like meant to be about me, but everyone has to take care of themselves, and it is what it is. I still think that I needed to go. I guess I want to say that I am doing better, and I want to repeat that going to the hospital was really helpful. Okay, I think I've talked at you guys for long enough for today. I wanted to say again, thank you so much to everyone who has watched my videos, has subscribed. Seriously, one of the things that has helped me to feel better is knowing that I have some people out there who care about what I have to say and who support me. So seriously, thank you so much. I also wanted to say sorry that I haven't really been responding to comments that people have left on my videos. I've just been so overwhelmed with everything, but I'm going to go back in and reply because it means so much that people have cared enough to leave comments at all. Speaking of comments, if you have any other questions about psychiatric hospitals, please leave them down below. I would love to answer them. I have a lot of information and would like to feel like it's at all useful to someone. If enough people ask questions, I'll make another video addressing them. And about videos, I am going to do my best to go back to posting once a week and maybe even more. I can't make any promises because again, I am still struggling, but I'm really, really going to try. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe. Please take care of yourselves. Until next time, bye.